Huh? Watchful Centaur. Hold there. Give me a moment if you will, mademoiselle. Some questions for you if you don't mind. The man in front of you is a centaur. Not young, though still noticeably spry. The deep lines and old scars on his face speak of a life of work, though his clothes are pristine and sharply pressed. It's said that 2/3 of London centaurs find themselves in Scotland Yard or else serving Queen and country among the troops. This curious man is likely a plainclothes officer. Trouble in a starched suit. I suppose I can spare a moment. What questions might those be, mister? Dreadfully busy today, apologies, but I must be off. I suppose I could spare a second for a dashing stranger. And chameleon would be, I suppose I could spare a second for a dashing stranger. Huh. Interesting. What questions might those be? Ives Chalamet Duval, mademoiselle. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. Oh, he was the one that saw his square. I see. I'm grateful for your understanding. I promise I won't take too much of your time. Might you have seen any strange patrons lingering in the area as of late? Stranger than usual, that is. The Rose takes the discretion of its clientele quite seriously. There's any number of things he might be after. I'm afraid I've witnessed only the usual gamblers and gin soaks, sir. I'm afraid I've witnessed only... Oh. Okay, so a secretive one and a regular one? I suppose. I don't quite know. Would that be saying it sincerely, and would that be saying it as a lie? There was a young woman earlier, a reporter of some stripe, if I'm not mistaken. Why, just this week I met a lady who was convinced she was a werecat. Is that the kind of strange you mean? Let's go with the last one. Indeed not. Though it's noted nonetheless. One more thing. Quick as you please. Have you an opinion on this courtesan killer the papers have been covering? Have you an opinion? Okay, well, only what the papers have printed. What exactly is this gent after? Demand what information he has about the killer. We're not vengeful enough. Okay. Was that all? You said you know something of the Rose. Have you any idea what sort of clients it serves? Wealthy patrons apt to linger nearby as of late, or a rougher crowd perhaps? Let's muse about the clientele. The clientele, well, I can't speak for all of them. A great mix, I presume. Though, given the crackdown on such places recently, more of their patrons these days would take their pleasure from the cockfight rather than an opera at the Royal. It's put quite the strain on the bouncers. Is that so? I cannot say I'm surprised, though I'm sure Mr. Tanner Cunningham, at least, would enjoy a visit to Covent Garden while he's here. Why, the cheeky little lobcock. He has me pinned for Cunningham's current Polly. Likely knew me all along. If there's one thing more worrisome than a flatfoot, it's one with a brain between his ears. Best I extricate myself from this. That you would, Mr. Duval. Now, if you don't mind, I'm quite busy today and must be on my way. Fair enough, mademoiselle. My thanks for humouring an old nag. Good day. And to you, sir. Great. Now the Met's likely on my tail. London just keeps on giving. All the more reason to leave this town behind and never look back. Okay, let's keep going. There's just the missing poster again. That would damage our morale. Okay, let's just see. Is there anyone new around here? Still the same papers. Doesn't seem to be anyone here. I assume we still can't go to the sewers, because why would we go to the sewers? Let's enter the Palladium again and see what happens once we hand in the candy and the pills, or if anything has changed in the back rooms here. There's a commode again. Jemmy? Jenny Betteredge. What is Molly's hatchet man doing here at this house? This hour, not house. Good day, Mr. Betteredge. Miss Reed, is there something we're meant to discuss? Slimy bugger, just speaking with him makes my flesh crawl. Intuition 50% chance, we need an 8 to succeed. As I'm sure you're aware, several courtesans have gone missing in recent weeks, and I wondered if you might have some insight. I mean, let's try it. That's not gonna do it. Shame. I do not frequent brothels. Why do I bother? Leave this oaf to his devices. It's been a pleasure, as always, but I must get on. Was that a growl? Let's quickly save. Lefty Braun. Let's take a look at the police cassette. Nothing here but sensational broadside. Okay. Do you have new things to say? Okay, no. Okay, just the same, like, just, you know, dialogue telling us we're done, essentially. Afternoon, Clara. You hear about what's happening nowadays? By the fates, did Clem buy into the fear-mongering too? Horrible things. I worry for you and the workers upstairs. You seen what the latest papers are saying about this courtesan killer? I've seen them. Hard not to, I imagine. These killings are a part of London. That I'll be happy to leave behind. A mad punter, you think? Or is it something more shadowy than that? Could be some hoity-toity taking out them what got too close. Snobbish, right, yeah. I must admit, it's a fear I am not unfamiliar with. Another reason to ensure one has a network. That one is a person who will be missed. Things were much simpler in the days I ran with Molly O'Malley and her lot. You see that gossip monger lingering about earlier? Not the first time I've seen her around here. And speaking just between us girls, my duck, she hasn't sampled the wares upstairs any of the times she's been. She's only after clients' personal details, one would assume. Least not as far as I seen, but what does old Clem know? On to brighter things. Ready for that dram? Sorry, Clem, I still have a delivery to make. Well, Miss Busybody, you know where I'll be. I need to deliver Beatrix the medication before I start drinking with Clem and forget all about it. Okay, let's head to the Velvet Rose. Let's see if something's happened. Oh my god, sorry for bumping the mic there. I went to reach to get my my bottle of water. 1 second. There we go. That was necessary. Beatrix Aguirre. There you are, Clara. Mercy sakes, you took your time. But never mind that. You have the physics, right? Well, give him here. As ordered, straight from Gordon Gray's. As I hand her the profit item, her demeanor shifts. The stress she'd thus far carried eases. She may play at being disaffected, but seems even the rose's shining star can work herself into worry every now and then. Thanks much, Clara. I'll be sure to let the madam know they were delivered post-haste, if I happen upon her first. Okay. There's Madame Sora. Clara, I always breathe a sigh of relief to see you safe and hale. What with all that's been going on, did Beatrix get her parcel? The one to prevent her ending up with another little parcel? Yes. She might be somewhat nauseous for a day or two, but all will be well. Madame Sora's eyes light up at the news, and for a few moments the decades seem to evaporate from her worried face. Well, thank the heavens for that. I really must deal more strictly with ne'er-do-wells like Mr. Sykes. I'd say they both share the responsibility, A little more professionalism on Beatrix's part would not go amiss. Agree, something in the order of corporal punishment would be appropriate. That's the kind of lesson a man does not forget. I forgot how that whole thing went down. We can play that off as sarcastic, whatever. Oh, minus 10 hope. Oof. Sora's eyes seemed to go cold for an instant. Ha! That's a rather bloodthirsty jest for you, my dear. Of course, some of our clients pay quite a premium for such treatment. I'm not sure it would work. I brought the candies you prefer. Perfect. The older one gets, the more one appreciates the little luxuries. I'm not even gonna try that one. Like, French, so bad at that. And now apostrophes and what are they called? You know what I mean. It was nothing. Okay, sure. There we go. I hope she appreciates it. Plus 10 hope. There we go. Back to where we were before. Well, suppose I'll be off for now, Madam Sora. Take good care, my dear. Okay, what do we do now? There's a flask up there. Let's take a look at that. See what that's all about. Oh, that's inside the room. I thought that was outside here. No, we've taken a look at the flask. It's nothing of note really. Anything else up here? No, I think we've taken a look at that. Lou? Who's Lou? What's a buxom lady like yourself? Oh, Clara, my duck, it's you. Indeed it is. Were you about earlier? Madam Sora is right steamed today on account of Mr. Sykes. I saw. House rules are important, of course, but her outburst seemed a titch harsh. In the past, she's warned the clients prior to a proper ban. Shame about old Sykes. I've had him a few times. He seemed nice enough. Beatrix says much the same. His like and nature doesn't scare you. Beatrix says much the same. Aye, he's a right softy apparently, if you treat him right. Perhaps Sora simply does not like him. I suppose Sykes will be back before long. It was nice chatting, Lou. Well, back to work with us then. Love a good chin wag me, but it doesn't put coin in my pocket. Be seeing you, Clara. Okay. Tooth powder, I think we took a look at that. There's foreign landscapes. Let's return to the Palladium. I guess we're just going to take a look around. See if we meet any people. Or I'm going to take a quick look at the journal. Ask people. Fan collector, fisherman's bride. Felipe has customers right now. We cannot talk to him. Last of London. Okay, catch up with Clem until it's time for my performance. Sure thing. Let's talk to Clem. Ready for that dram? Let's have it then. I've no more to do until the performance. Here, Dove. Good company, not exceptionally foul spirits, and the rest of our lives out in front of us, eh? Here's to London. To London town and many more to come. Task updated, the last of London. To London town and a fresh start far from it. Do we go to Teddy now? Or okay. A dreamer is one who can only find his way by moonlight, and his punishment is that he sees dawn before the rest of the world. Okay, that was quick. Teddy Redgrave. Bixby's contract was most certainly not an overgrown cane rat. Sucker Jones, one of Molly's augmented ruffians, was suffering from a vicious mutation which cost him his mind before you were forced to end his life. Molly herself may have work for you soon. And Dante's boss has a new module for Otto. Okay. There we go. Let's see where we are spat out. Analysis. Bixby said we'd have a drink to celebrate my success with Sucker Jones. Boy, that's a centaur who can really hold his liquor. I'm still a titch woozy. Nonsense. We should have had one more. Alright, Otto, let's see about the rest of today's business. After you, Mr. Teddy. Okay, visit Arsenal Engines. Let's take a look at the journal. Molly's mech. Ask Molly about the mechanical arm. Miss O'Malley will surely know a thing or two about the Dockhound's mechanical implants. I can find her at the tavern. We should do that. One man's treasure. Find discarded parts. Okay, that's just just a running thing. Good. Otto's upgrade. Dante is a piece of intriguing technology. I should meet him at the wharf to discuss. And Stolen Steam, meet Dante at the Arsenal Engines. Okay. Let's see. Okay, just find parts, Stolen Steam. Right. The wrench. Yeah. I remember now. I don't know which one is going to be the one that sends us to the next chapter. I mean, all paths lead to the docks, I suppose. So let's go there now. See what that's all about. Yeah, I mean, everybody should be there. Is Molly in here still? Let's see. There's Molly O'Malley. Well, it's the pint-sized hunter in the flesh. All right, Redgrave, what's the matter with you? Can't you see I'm busy running the town? Let's show her a picture of the mechanical arm. Affirmative. Take a look at this souvenir I picked up on a recent job for Bixby. I believe it belonged to a man in your employ called himself Sucker Jones. Molly makes a show of carefully examining the artificial appendage, but judging by her expression, I'm guessing her technical knowledge is next to nil. She exhales warily, almost sincerely, but I'm too familiar with her ways to believe it. Yes, this is one of ours. It's very new tech. I'm sure you saw that right away. At least it survived Jones's explosion, or whatever happened to him. Well, I have a few questions. I'm all ears. About the dog. Ask where the arm came from. Tell her about your own problems with augmentations. Sucker Jones told Otto something about a serum he was using. Let's ask where the arm comes from. I was having a bit of a wonder about the origin of this piece in particular. Oh. Either analysis. A good friend of mine at Arsenal is certain it was developed there, but that's leaving off how it came into your hands. Or ingenuity. This is a highly advanced piece of machinery. Most of the components are custom tooled, and I don't even recognize the alloy being used. I know your people didn't work this up. Who did? I mean, that's the more interesting question, but with a much lower chance. Let's try analysis. Well, there we go. Easy enough, that one. I don't know that it's important, but Lord Braxton and Arsenal Engines are the originators. You know what a disaster the original augmentations were for us. Things have improved over the years, but this represents a real leap forward. Consistent, reliable, and pain-free function. And all in the service of beating people up. Yeah, the serum. Miss O'Malley, Mr. Jones said that your organization supplied him with a serum to counteract an infection brought on by his augmentation. This serum seemed to have several unfortunate side effects. Yes, including uncontrolled cellular growth, wild mutations, and madness. She shakes her head as if musing upon the foibles of an unruly child. Honestly, they may look rough and tough, but these dockhounds need more minding than a gaggle of toddlers. Just look at what Jones did to himself. Go on. But the serum has other beneficial effects as well. Aha. While it controlled the infection, it also boosted Jones's strength and stamina and his speed. It appears he became dependent on these boosts to his being and overindulged. That addiction was the root of all his problems, including his altered mental state. Okay, let's tell her about our own problems, I guess. I have what you might call a personal interest in succus augment. My own artificial leg gives me no end of trouble. It constantly needs adjusting, and the pain is, careful, mustn't give too much away. It's often uncomfortable. I even have to take a sedative once in a while if I've been walking on it all day. But you do not have a problem with infection. No, that's true. That's a bit of luck, I suppose. It's true that infection was one of our main problems with limb replacement due to the nature of the interface and at the socket. The interface? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Let's leave that lie for the moment. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Let's ask about the dog. I've meant to ask, is that one of those fighting dogs? That he is. Name's Hercules, in fact. You should really see him in action sometime. Hercules is a fitting name for a dog of his size and apparent brawn. Got him a couple years back at the Demon Dog Show. I love a Demon Dog Show, great for a small wager, or simply to watch a Rhodesian hellhound breathe fire. It's a bloody good time. When I first saw Hercules, he was making his way through the obstacles. Oh, bunch of mucks were there. Okay, different slang, but including Silas Bragg. Is it just the same thing again? Lord Braxton Molly at the very same event. No question about it now. They must be doing business together. It's a fine thing to watch. A beast who obeys... Okay. Yeah, okay, that's the same dialogue that we got with Clara. I know the feeling. Too many times I've been walked out on by a gun-shy contractor I had hired onto a hunting job. In your business, Redgrave, I can't say I blame you. Any road, I spoke to the dog's owner. Son of a bloody cane rat wouldn't give him away. Sentimental attachment, he said. I have a feeling this is where good old Mr. Betteridge enters the tale. So I had Jamie show him a whole new perspective, so to speak. One that looks up at the daisies from 6 feet under. And now the dog's mine. What is he trained for exactly? Killing, of course. Other dogs mostly. Although he's rather poor at rat baiting. Might be able to train him to breathe fire too. A fire-breathing dog? Like London doesn't have enough monsters. Based on her story, I'm not convinced that the dog is the monster here. Okay, I reckon I'm satisfied for now, but it looks like you've got something to say. I believe we may be able to help each other. We have a leg in your size, or close enough for adjustment at least, and my surgeon is very keen to try it out. Give up on my own handcrafted leg for one of hers? Hear me out before you answer. There's more to this new generation of artificial limbs than you know. The device is integrated into your nervous system through a series of tiny components. After installation, you will benefit from direct neural feedback. Hello! What that means is not only control over the leg, but sensation as well. If it works as expected, you'll have the natural experience of walking, running and jumping again. Let's ask for more information. I don't mind taking risks. I've been to war and I'm a dwarf after all. But what you have to say about the post-operation serum doesn't exactly inspire hope. Then you should talk to Dr. Wainwright. The two of you share a favorite haunt, the Red Lotus Opium Den. Must be where he dreams up such exquisite formulas. I know the place. You'd better talk to him sooner rather than later. I don't know if he'll be hanging about the den all day. He's a busy man. Okay. I need to go directly to the den and find Dr. Wainwright. That is, if I'm serious about this. Speak with the doctor, then come right back. I don't have all the time in the world to help you with this. Alright then, I'll speak to the doctor and come back straight away. That's a good lad. See you later, Redgrave. Okay, now the question is... does that conclude the day? That's the question. Or does the where we autos upgrade, does that thing end the day or the chapter? Because Clara's chapter was very short because we kind of just did the quests now because we didn't have to talk to every single person. And looking at the time I've been recording, I still have a couple of minutes to do things with. Let's take a look at the betting station. Babcock always struck me as rum. I seldom see him outside his booth, and he seems uninterested in talking to anyone unless bets are involved. Let me quickly take a look at how much money I have. £8? Okay, we can throw out a couple of shillings. How's the bookkeeping going? Anything else you do to kill time? What? Oh, you see, I'm Molly's oddsman, as well as her accountant. Now then, a couple of events at the ups and downs today. You wanna bet? Only if you tell me what's being betted on. Okay, sporting chance, same thing. Steam cars, do tell. Those became in vogue only a few months ago. Tinkering types are especially drawn to such occasions. Same thing with horses. 5 cars you can choose from. These include Goliath, Revolution, Hermes, Endeavour, and Zephyr. Let's bet 4 shillings. Okay, which one do we bet on? Let's go with the Zephyr. Alright then, feel free to come back later and see if your bet paid off in spades. Okay, that's the bet done. Bartender? Gee, that's good bootleg. I mean, I'm not drinking on the job. You are. Anyway, what can I get ya? Pour me a jigger. Not thirsty at the moment, thanks. Do we need a drink? Sure, why not? Maybe that increases our morale a bit. +5 hope, there we go. Is that content? That's better. What do they brew this in? A sewer? That smell is so bloody pungent. It reminds me of a job. Okay, we added a trade drunk. One time I covered myself in Yeti piss to bait a monster. But at least then I was getting paid to do it. That one time better not order from this tavern again. Yeah, it doesn't seem particularly good. And I think with that I'm gonna have to call it a day. I started this recording session with a sore throat. It has not gotten better. So I'm gonna say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time when we follow up on, I guess, one of the quests. We'll see. I'll decide then. Goodbye.